Hi students, let us continue numerical methods part 6. Today we discuss about numerical solution of algebraic and transcendental equations. We have two numerical methods. First one is Regula-Falsi method and the second one is Newton-Raphson method. So first let us define what are algebraic and transcendental equations. An equation involving algebraic terms like x square, x cube, etc. are called algebraic equations. Example, x cube minus 3x is equal to 0, and second one, x square minus 4x minus 9 is equal to 0. These are also called polynomials. Next, transcendental equations. Equations involving non-algebraic terms like e power x, sin x, cos x, tan x, log x, etc. are called transcendental equations. Example, first one, x e power x minus 2 is equal to 0. Second one, x log x to the base e minus 12 is equal to 0. Third one, tan x is equal to 2x. Next, iterative process. Numerical methods are often of a repetitive nature. These consist in a repeated execution of the same process where at each step the result of the preceding step is used. This is known as iteration process, and it is repeated till the result is obtained to a desired degree of accuracy. If f of x is equal to 0, either it is algebraic or transcendental, and it is a real valued continuous function, then we have a fundamental property. If there exist two values a and b such that f of x has opposite signs, say f of a is negative, f of b is positive, or f of a may be positive and f of b negative, but equivalently the product of these two, that is f of a and f of b, is negative, because plus into minus or minus into plus is minus, so the product f of a into f of b is negative. Then there always exists at least one real root in the interval a comma b. This property is useful in locating an initial approximation for a real root of the equation f of x is equal to 0. And it is important to note that if the values a comma b are nearer enough, then the numerical iterative methods will give us the real root quickly. For example, if 2 comma 3 be the interval in which a root lies for the given equation, either algebraic or transcendental, say if you get f of 2 is negative and f of 3 positive, so you can say root lies in the interval 2 comma 3. But now we compare the values of f of 2 and f of 3. If f of 2 is nearer to the value of nearer to 0 than the value of f of 3, then we can expect a real root in the neighborhood of x is equal to 2. So as the interval 2 comma 3 or the length of the interval is close enough, then we get the required real root quickly. Means the number of steps or the number of iterations will be less. So let us see while solving the problems. So of course we have two numerical methods. First one is Regula-Falsi method, or the method of false position. The formula to find the first approximation x1 to the real root lying in the interval a comma b is as follows. x1 is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a, and this process will be continued till we get any two consecutive approximations are almost same. So let us solve problems using Regula-Falsi method. First problem, find a real root of the equation x cube minus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0 by using a Regula-Falsi method correct to 3 decimal places. Solution. So first let us consider the given function f of x is equal to x cube minus 2x minus 5, and we go on substitute the values of x like 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., and we consider only those two consecutive numbers for which the function f of x gives the opposite sign. So after substituting f of x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., we'll get f of 2 is equal to minus 1, that is negative, and f of 3 is equal to 16, which is positive. No need to write all the values like f of 0, f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, etc. We write only those two consecutive values of x for which the function f of x has opposite sign. So we are writing f of 2 is minus 1, which is negative, f of 3 is 16, which is positive. So we can say a real root lies in the interval 2, 3. And now if you take the values of a and b as 2 and 3 and substitute in the formula, the number of iterations will be more. So we have first we shall reduce the length of the interval. How to reduce? So we see the values of f of 2 and f of 3. F of 2 is minus 1 and f of 3 is 16. So compared to f of 3, that is 16, f of 2 is equal to minus 1 is nearer to 0. So we can expect a real root in the neighborhood of 2. So instead of taking the interval 2, 3, first you try to get the values of f of x at x is equal to 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, etc. Again we may get any two consecutive numbers for which the function f of x has opposite sign. So here it is observed that the value of f of x at x is equal to 2 being minus 1 is nearer to 0 compared to f of 3 is equal to 16. So we substitute x is equal to 2.1 in order to reduce the length of the interval, or to make b minus a small enough, like 3 minus 2 is small enough. We try to substitute the values x is equal to 2.1. So f of 2.1 is positive, that is plus 0.061, and already we have f of 2 is equal to minus 1, which is negative. So now we can say a root lies in the interval 2, 2.1. So instead of taking the whole interval 2, 3, now it is reduced to 2, 2.1, means the width of the interval is less now. So first step, we can say either first step or first iteration or first approximation. We substitute the values of a and b. Here since the root lies in the interval 2, 2.1, we take a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 2.1. And f of a is f of 2 is equal to minus 1. F of b, that is f of 2.1, is 0.061. So the first approximation x1 is given by, we have the formula a into f of b minus b into f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. Say it is equation 1. So we substitute the values of a, f of a, b and f of b in the formula. We get the first approximation x1 is equal to 2.094. Next, second step. In the second step, we substitute the value of x1, that is 2.094 in the given function. in the given function, that is f of x is equal to x cube minus 2x minus 5. We substitute x is equal to 2.094, we get minus 0.00392, which is negative. So we know f of 2.1 is positive, and now we got f of 2.094 is negative. So that is f of 2.094 into f of 2.1 is negative. Therefore we can say the root lies in the interval 2.094 comma 2.1. And now a is 2.094, b is 2.1, and we know the values of f of a and f of b. F of b, it is f of b is 0.061. F of b, it is 0.061. So substituting these values in the RHS of 1, that is the formula, we get the second approximation, x2 is equal to 2.09455. So here x1 and x2 are close enough. X1 we got x1 is 2.094, and now x2 is 2.09455. So then since they are close enough, x2 is better approximation than x1. Thus we can say the required approximate root and correct to 3 decimal places is 2.095. Second problem, compute the real root of x log x to the base 10 minus 12 is equal to 0. Correct to 4 decimal places by using method of false position. Let the given function f of x is equal to x log x to the base 10 minus 12, and first we substitute the values of x, say 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So we get f of 2 and f of 3 with opposite sign. F of 2 is minus 0.6 less than 0, f of 3 0.23 greater than 0. So you can say a root lies in the interval 2, 3. So since f of 3 is equal to 0.23 is nearer to 0 compared to f of t is equal to minus 0.6, we expect the root in the neighborhood of 3. So now let us reduce the length of the interval, that is 2, 3, or to make b minus a is small enough, we start substituting the values nearer to 3. So since the interval is 2, 3, so from 3 you go back, so like 2.9, 2.8, 2.7, etc. So for any two consecutive values you may get the opposite sign. So here you will get f of 2.7 and f of 2.8. So only write those two consecutive numbers for which the function has opposite sign. So f of 2.7 is negative and f of 2.8 is positive. Now you can say a root lies in the interval 2.7 and 2.8. Now the first iteration, taking a is equal to 2.7, f of a is minus 0.0353, b is equal to 2.8, f of b is 0.052. Substitute in the formula 1, we get x1 is equal to 2.7404. Next iteration, that is second iteration. First let us find f of 2.7404, that is in the given function put x is equal to 2.7404, we will get minus 0.00021, that is negative. Since f of 2.7404 is negative and already we have f of 2.8 is positive, so a root lies in the interval 2.7404 and 2.8. So now let us take the values of a and b. A is 2.7404, b is 2.8, and you know the values of f of a, that is minus 0.00021, and f of b is 0.052. Substitute in the formula 1, we get the second approximation, that is x2 is equal to 2.7406. After completing each iteration, you compare the value of x with the previous iteration. So in the previous iteration, first iteration we got 2.7404, and now in the second iteration we got 2.7406. So next we go to the third iteration. So first let us find f of 2.7406, which is negative minus 0.00004. So now f of 2.7406 is negative, and already we have f of 2.8 is positive, so we can say a root lies in the interval 2.7406 and 2.8. So taking the value of a as 2.7406 and b is 2.8, we have f of a and f of b. Substitute in the formula 1, we get the third approximation, that is x3 is equal to 2.740646. So compared to the second iterative value, that is 2.7406, and the third iteration we got the same 2.740646. So we can say the required root, after correcting to fourth decimal, we have x is equal to 2.7406, which is the required answer. Next, third problem. Use regula falsi method to find the real root of the equation cos x is equal to 3x minus 1. Correct to 3 decimal places. Let f of x is equal to cos x minus 3x plus 1. Then substitute the values. Since we have the trigonometric function cosine here, what are the values? Substitute it should be in radians while simplifying. So f of 0 is equal to 2, which is greater than 0, and f of 1 is minus 1.46 less than 0. So since f of 0 into f of 1 is negative, we say a root lies in the interval 0, 1. And when you compare these two values, f of 0 and f of 1, f of 0 is 2 and f of 1 is minus 0.46. So minus 0.46 is nearer to 0 than 2. So we expect a real root in the neighborhood of 1. So since the interval is 0, 1, and we are expecting a root nearer to 1, so we go on substitute the values of x as like 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, etc. So we get f of 0.6 is equal to 0.0253, which is positive, and f of 0.7, that is minus 0.3352, is negative. So for these two consecutive values 0.6 and 0.7, f of x has opposite sign, so we can say the root lies in the interval 0.6, 0.7. So now the first iteration, taking a is equal to 0.6, f of a is 0.0253, b is equal to 0.7, f of b is equal to minus 0.3352. We substitute in the formula x1 is equal to a f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. We get x1 is equal to 0.607. Next, second iteration. Here first let us find the value of f of 0.607. So that we get positive 0.00036. So previously we have f of 0.7 is negative. So the root lies between 0.00036 0.607 comma 0.7. Now by taking a is equal to 0.607, b is equal to 0.7, and we have the values of f of a and f of b. Substituting in the formula 1, we get x2 is equal to 0.607. First iteration we got 0.607. Even in second iteration we got the same 0.607. So stop the iterative process, and hence the real root correct to 3 decimal places is x is equal to 0.6076. Next, fourth problem. Find the smallest positive root of the equation x square minus log x2 base e is equal to 12 by Regula-Falsi method. Let the function f of x is equal to x square minus log x2 base e minus 12. If you go on substitute the values of x like 1, 2, 3, etc., we'll get f of 3 as minus 4.0986 negative, and f of 4 2.6137, that is positive. So since for these two consecutive numbers 3, 4, the given function f of x has opposite sign, then we say a real root lies in the interval 3, 4. Now in order to reduce the length of the interval, or in order to reduce the number of iterations, we compare the values of f of 3 and f of 4. So f of 4 is nearer to 0 compared to f of 3. 2.6137 is nearer to 0 compared to minus 4.0986. So therefore we expect the root in the neighborhood of 4. And now we try to substitute the values nearer to 4. Since it is 3, 4, so from 4 if you come back like 3.9, 3.8, 3.7, etc. So we get f of 3.6 is minus 0.3206, 3209, and f of 3.7 is 0.3817. No need to write all the values, only write those two values for which the function f of x has negative. So first you do the rough work for f of 3.9, 3.8, etc., so that we come to know for which two consecutive values the function f of x has opposite sign. So f of 3.6 is negative and f of 3.7 is positive. So the root lies in the interval 3.6, 3.7. Now the first iteration, taking a is equal to 3.6, f of a is minus 0.3209, b is equal to 3.7, and we have f of 3.7 is 0.3817. We substitute in the formula x1 is equal to a f of b minus b f of a divided by f of b minus f of a. We get the first approximation to the root is x1 is equal to 3.6457. Next, in second iteration, we get the value of f of 3.6457, which is negative. But already we have f of 3.7 is positive. So now the root lies in the interval 3.6457 and 3.7. Now in this iteration, taking a is equal to 3.6457, b is equal to 3.7, and we have the values of f of a and f of b. Substituting in the formula 1, we get x2 is equal to 3.646042. Now correct to 3 decimal places, we get the required root x is equal to 3.646. So that is the required answer. Thank you.